Okay, so in this video, we're going to construct an equilateral triangle inscribed in a circle. So what that means is an equilateral triangle is a triangle where all the angles and all the sides are congruent. And inscribed means that all the angles of that triangle will hit a point on the circle. So let's take a look at how we can do this. Our first step is going to be to draw a circle. So what we need to do to draw a circle is you make a center. And I'm going to call my circle circle O. You can call it whatever you want. So what I'm going to do now is that's my center of my circle. So I'm going to put my compass center on the center of the circle. And all I'm going to do is draw an arc, or draw basically a circle around this point. So let's use that hole there to draw our circle. So now I have this circle O. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to draw a point on the circle. Anywhere on the circle, it doesn't matter. I'm going to draw my point over here because I'm right-handed and I hold a compass with my left hand. But if you're left-handed, you may want to draw the point over here. So I'm going to call that point P. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my compass center on point P. And then I used the fourth hole to draw my circle. So whatever hole you use to draw your circle, and you can check that by putting the center on P and figuring out what hole lines up with the center of your circle. Whatever hole you used, what you're going to do now is use that to draw an arc that intersects the circle in two places. So just like that. So now you have 2 points of intersection on the circle. So let's name those 2 points. We can call this point A, and we can call that point B. These 2 points are going to be 2 of the angles for your triangle, and AB is going to be one of those sides. So to get the third point, what we're going to do is, because we want it to be equilateral, we're going to duplicate the distance from A to B 2 more times. Now to do that, what we're going to do is put your compass center on either point A or point B. Make sure it's nice and centered on that point of intersection. And then what you want to do is find a hole on the compass that lines up with your other point. So in my case, point A. So I found this hole lines up almost perfectly with point A with my center on point B. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw an arc that intersects the circle one more time. So this arc intersects the circle there. So now what should happen is, if I check this, if I go from point A to draw that same arc, they should hit the circle in about the same place. Yeah, and they do. So where this point of intersection hits the circle, I'm going to call that point C. Now if I connect up these 3 points, what I should then have is an equilateral triangle, because the distance from A to B is the same as B to C and is the same as A to C. So that means all sides are congruent. So that makes it an equilateral triangle. Let's get those connected up and we'll be done. Alright, so AC is congruent to CB, which is congruent to BA. So all 3 sides of that triangle are congruent. And notice all 3 angles are on the circle, which makes it an inscribed triangle.